Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Monday morning market webcast. Okay, so we are lifting up off of the weekly pivot. We traded as high as 27.30 or so. You got news out about a budget deal, and that is really lifting us out of what was yesterday a really choppy day. We basically, we closed where we closed on Friday, and we really danced on either side of the weekly pivot. This is basically your regular session yesterday. So I don't think I've ever been stopped out even so much in my life. I ended up a little red on the day, but it was just a really choppy day. Unless you really wanted to scalp it, and I didn't want to scalp it. It was a battle day over the weekly pivot. They turned it into support early in Globex, and they've just been building it, off of this news from there. So it goes back to what I said yesterday morning. If the bulls can win weekly pivot, I don't think this 27.37.75 from last week really stands a chance. They should be able to at least get to 38, if not convert it. That's what today is going to be about. So if this news is reality, you'll continue to see some higher lows and higher highs, and it'll continue to grind to the upside. I don't think it's going to be any really quick, glorious upside move. I think it's going to be a grind. What we've seen in the second half of this big rally is just grinding to the upside. So at some point this morning, you come back and you see it create some kind of a dip. 27.20 is probably a pretty reasonable area for something like that. And then if the bulls are for real, it makes higher highs. If it starts to stall out, then you would expect a retest of 20, if not a retest of the weekly pivot as things go. But unless the bears show more than what they showed yesterday, when you get to weekly pivot, it's just a pullback to reinforce support. The inability of the bears to keep weekly pivot converted yesterday, at the end of the day, the bulls won that day, and now we're getting some follow through. They did what they really had to do, which was to take out 21. It was resistance here and here, but once they got above it, they came back and retested. What's that? 20.25, and then up and over. So it's really the bulls' ball to drop at this point. They have an opportunity to grind up to and through 38. It's a ways to go to get to anything like the daily upper band. That's at 56. The other thing is, these types of markets are hard to really get behind because we are sitting dramatically over the 45-day pivot, which always makes things look done and not chaseable and all this other stuff, when in reality it's just continuing to grind higher because the shorts have no conviction. They're weak hands. They have no conviction. They'll get in to try to pick a top, but if it doesn't materialize almost immediately, then they're out. And that's how trend days happen. So we're opening up about 20 handles. As long as 27.20 holds, you have a very easy run to 38, in my opinion. And then that would be the area on a move over the top that they would have to convert to support next. So we'll expand on that at 9:20 on the Instagram Live. The bears are going to have to find some intestinal fortitude somewhere. And it's going to take a lot of work to get back below that weekly pivot unless they get some news that's in their favor. You feel like it's getting back to that feeling where, the bears need news. And if the bears don't have news in a vacuum, the sucker definitely wants to go up. It's wanted to go up for, 400 handles. And that's the environment that we're in. All right, everybody have a good one. We'll be out with some more stuff on social. Check us out on Instagram at 9:20. We'll preview everything into the bell, and we'll go from there. All right. Trade them well. Talk to you soon. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook, and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.